Well, we've got a good show for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. I wanted to make a couple of announcements before we get into the interviews. We're at Nobel's restaurant on Main Street in Carthage, and it's a really good place to be and to eat. If you haven't tried it out, you need to do that, and that's Nobel's on Main Street in Carthage. Announcements are Smith County Habitat for Humanity are having their father-daughter dance, their annual Sweetheart Night. And that's Saturday, February the 24th of this year. It starts at 6 p.m. and goes to 8:30 p.m. and it's at the Ag Center. Tickets are $60 per couple, and $25 for each additional daughter. And it's dinner and dancing. And tickets are available at the following locations: Smith County Drug Center, Bass and Bass Attorneys, or online at the Smith County Habitat for Humanity webpage. And so if you want to be involved in this and take your daughter out for a nice night and let her know for Valentine's how you appreciate her, you can go to the Father-Daughter Sweetheart Night, February the 24th, 6 o'clock at the Ag Center. Well, folks, we got a good program for you today. And I'm looking forward to the interviews, and I think it's going to be a good show for you. In the meantime, we would like to throw it to one of our good friends and a young man that does a wonderful job. This is In the Wild with Gabe Harville.
Hello everybody, I'm Gabe Harville, and welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. A few weeks ago, this area I'm standing in was covered in about 6 inches of snow. Sub-zero temperatures are uncommon in the South. However, the animals and plants found here are adaptable and can cope. Today I will discuss bitter cold's effects on the land and how plants and animals can survive in freezing conditions. In order to understand how cold weather affects plants and animals in Tennessee, we must first compare the climates of the South to other areas of North America. In states like Colorado and Alaska, cold winters are common, and snow may last all year in high mountain passes. It is especially important for species found in those states to be able to withstand such extremes. Many plants have short growing seasons, and lots of animals have thick, warm winter coats. Since the majority of Tennessee is found within a subtropical climate zone, many species here are more accustomed to warmer weather. Cold weather species are more commonly found in the Appalachian Mountains of East Tennessee. However, when cold fronts do strike, all of Tennessee's species must and do find ways to survive. Many bodies of water became frozen over during the cold spell. This brings about the question, do ducks and geese feet get cold while standing on the ice? Ducks Unlimited says ducks and geese are able to regulate the temperature of their feet through a process known as countercurrent heat exchange. To break this down in simple terms, it means the cold blood traveling through their feet is heated up using the ducks and geese body heat once it reaches special arteries and blood vessels. This keeps their feet at a temperature just above freezing and prevents frostbite. But what about animals under the ice? While fish don't necessarily hibernate, they do slow their body systems down. This allows them to stay active and to conserve energy during periods of cold weather. It also makes them easy prey for predators like herons and river otters. I was chopping ice out of our goat's trough, and I saw a vast amount of mosquito fish and water boatman, a type of insect, still active under the ice, which was about 7 inches thick. The oval-shaped holes you see in this green ash tree are characteristic of Tennessee's largest woodpecker species, the pileated woodpecker. The tree itself was being attacked by termites, and woodpeckers and other insect-eating species gathered to take advantage of the abundance of food. Just look at all the wood chips in the snow. Woodpeckers are essential for creating cavities that many other species use as their homes. For example, since they drilled out those holes, they have been used by gray squirrels, fox squirrels, and they even housed a brood of northern flickers, another species of woodpecker. Throughout the year, birds will utilize bird feeders, but it can be especially important to keep bird feeders full during the winter months. Cold weather and extreme temperatures will put a strain on many species, and birds are certainly no exception. In this picture, we can see many bird species feasting on a meal of black oil sunflower seed. Smaller species like the pine siskin, American goldfinch, dark-eyed junco, and black-capped and Carolina chickadees will eat straight from the feeder, while ground feeders like mourning doves, brown cowbirds, and northern cardinals will eat the waste grain. Did you know that snow contains traces of nitrogen from the atmosphere that help fertilize plants? In fact, some agricultural studies state that between 2 and 12 pounds of nitrogen is deposited each year because of snow and rainfall. After a fresh snowfall is an excellent time to go scouting for animals. The inclement weather will force them to seek cover and escape the bitter winds. Their footprints will also be molded perfectly into the snow, allowing you to identify and know everything that has passed through your property. An animal's primary means of escaping cold weather is in their cover source, and many different animals will find it in various places. I was fortunate enough to capture this deer herd emerging from their beds in a cedar glade. The overhanging branches of the cedar trees had protected them from the worst of the snow. Throughout the duration of the cold weather, I also saw many cotton-tailed rabbits hunkered under briar patches and squirrels racing up trees to their cozy cavity homes. Although our area is not prone to extended periods of cold, during these times the animals and plants prove to be quite resilient. I hope you've learned something new in this episode, and I hope to see you again in the wild. Hello everybody, I'm Gabe Harville, and welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. A few weeks ago, this area I'm standing in was covered in about 6 inches of snow. The sub-zero temperatures and freezing conditions are uncommon in the south, yet the animals and plants found here can cope with these conditions. I said conditions twice. Shoot. Hello everybody, I'm Gabe Harville, and welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. A few weeks ago, this area I'm standing in was covered in about 6 inches of snow. The sub-zero conditions and freezing Shoot. Hello everybody, I'm Gabe Harville, and welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. It may not look like it, but a few weeks ago, this area I'm standing in was covered in about 6 inches of snow. Hello everybody, I'm Gabe Harville, and welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. It may not look like it, but a few weeks ago, this area I'm standing in was covered in about 6 inches of snow. The sub-zero temperatures and bitter cold we get with no... Golly.
Okay, we're at Nobel's on Main Street in Carthage, and I must tell you, it is a wonderful restaurant, but I'm going to let Melissa talk about that. Melissa, introduce yourself. And of course, we already know you're with Nobel's.
Hi, my name is Melissa Abear. My husband Jim and I own Nobel's. It's a restaurant here on Main Street in Carthage. Our address is 323 Main Street. We're near the candy bar, across from Teresa's Gifts, next door to Holly's Be the Gift. And hashtag Holly's.
And Rockabilly Coffee is just down the street.
Rockabilly's across the road.
A lot of good places to visit while you're here.
Absolutely. And we're right next door to the parking lot that's owned by John and Caroline Leftwich, who graciously allow the downtown people to park there for customers.
That is a wonderful thing they do. And when we have events and things like that, John,
they're very gracious.
They're very gracious about allowing us to do that. And so, John, thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Now, I have eaten here several times, but today we have pizza. Now, the only problem with the pizza is the camera crew got into it before we got to it. But we're going to try the pizza here, and I was privileged to be able to come here Friday night, and I had the spaghetti. And it was wonderful.
Good. Glad you enjoyed.
I have to say, and you guys do a wonderful job. So what I'm going to do is take a bite of this pizza while you talk about your hours.
Okay.
And just anything else that you want to mention about the menu.
So Nobel's, our tagline is a little bit Italian, a little bit of Mediterranean, all American. So we serve healthy things. We're wanting to serve lots of salads and be a place where you can come get something that's a little bit healthy to eat. So we've got appetizers, we've got salads, we've got burgers. Our burgers are smash burgers. And we've got lots of different specialty kinds that have turned out to be one of our most popular items. And then, of course, we have more along the Italian fare we have pastas and pizzas. Our concept on pizza is a little bit different. We actually charge by the size of the pizza. We have 8-inch, 12-inch, or 16-inch. And you can build your own, or you can get one of our specialty pizzas. A couple of the specialty ones that are probably the most popular, something called La Villa, which is named after the Carter family that had La Villa restaurant that was here in Carthage for many, many years, and that's sort of our tribute to them. And then we also have a pizza that's called the Bee's Knees, which sounds really strange, but it's got jalapenos, cream cheese, and hot honey on it. And people just love it. It sounds really strange, but the people do really enjoy it. Or like I said, you can do a build your own, and it's the same price whether you have just a cheese pizza or you add every ingredient that we have on it. We just charge by the size of the pizza. Our pizza dough is all handmade. We try and make as much of the ingredients as we can. And our ranch dressing is something that we are also known for. It's a homemade, in-house produced ranch dressing. So we use it whether it's for a salad or whether it's for dipping your loaded fries. That's one of the more popular things. First question we're often asked is, how do you pronounce it? The restaurant is pronounced Nobel's, not Nobles. And the reason it's Nobel's is Smith County was home to two different Nobel Peace Prize winners. And so we wanted the restaurant to be a bit of a tribute to Smith County and the history of the area. And so you'll see it in the theme and the decorations that we have lots of things that either have been donated or that we've salvaged from old barns or areas. We also have right now mobile art exhibit that there's a local nonprofit called Smith County Celebrates that has a mobile art exhibit that they loan out, and they've been gracious enough to loan to us, so we've got some of that art displayed throughout the restaurant as well. Each of our booths is named for different areas or things in Smith County as well. So you'll see lots of Smith County items located in our restaurant.
Well, I noticed on the wall there's pictures of Cordell Hull and the history about that. And then, of course, I'm sure there's some about Mr. Al Gore.
Yes.
Because those are the two Nobel Peace Prize
winners. Those are the two Nobel Peace Prize winners.
Something that I always mention, and a lot of people don't realize, there's only two Nobel Peace Prize winners in the state of Tennessee, and both of them acclaim Smith County as their home.
That's right.
And Cordell Hull's house is just down the street on Main Street, and Mr. Gore's home is just over by the Caney Fork Bridge, and that's where he was raised on the Gore farm there. And so we're blessed to have something like that, and it's nice to have the restaurant celebrate that. But speaking of celebrating the restaurant, this is a really good pizza. The one that I tried was the La Villa.
It was the La Villa. Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's very good. I highly recommend it. And like I said, I was lucky enough to come Friday night, and I had the spaghetti, and it was very good too. So if you get a chance, come to Nobel. Now, you have another business in town, and we're going to talk about that just a little bit. And
we also own the Candy Bar, which is right next door. And we're fairly busy right now. We're filming this about a week in advance of Valentine's Day. So I brought a few of the arrangements that we make. We do make custom candy arrangements for all different occasions, and we deliver free to all of the schools in Smith County or all of the businesses in Smith County. So if you've not gotten a Valentine's gift yet and you need to get one, there's still time. You can give us a call. and Bill always asks the phone number, so I'll go ahead and just tell you our phone number is 615-489-9244. And that's the candy bar. And there's still time to place an order for Valentine's Day. Or we do birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you name it, getting accepted to college, graduation, you name it, we can make a candy arrangement for you.
Okay, and what I can do is I can reserve one now and have you send it up to my wife. Well, this won't air before. Yeah. Anyway, she may see it.
We'll take care of you.
But anyway, you can take care of me, and we can send that out. So
absolutely.
We need to do that before you leave.
We'll take care of you.
But I have done this before, and I have actually received one, and I have given a couple of them, and it is a wonderful way to let somebody know that you're thinking about them. That's for sure. So the candy bar, what hours are they?
So the candy bar is Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays, 9:30 to 6.
Okay. And you also have unique things like you do shakes?
We do milkshakes. We have 8 different flavors of ice cream. We rotate through the different ice cream flavors. We do super shakes, which are really big monstrosities that 2 people could easily share. We make popcorn, we make freshly made cotton candy, and things like that. So.
Okay, so it's a true story, and you have some unique candies in there on the shelf, and I'm having a hard time remembering what some of them were, but some of the ones that I remember when I was a kid that you do not find in the grocery stores.
Yes.
Is in
we
your
have
shop.
a selection of nostalgic candy, unique candy, taffy that's 10 cents a piece. So we have the largest selection of saltwater taffy basically between Knoxville and Nashville. And so if there's something that's a hard to find candy, you can come check it out, and there's a good chance that we'll have something.
Okay, and you have a special thing that you do with kids about report cards. Are you still doing that?
We are. We've just, now that my kids are out of school, sometimes I miss the date. But yes, on report card days, any of the Smith County students, Smith County or homeschooled students can bring their report card in, and we'll give them a free cotton candy. Or if we don't have enough cotton candy, we'll give them an ice cream or a snow cone or something that day. And we don't ask for any specific grades. We just want to encourage the kids to do their personal best.
Okay, and that's a wonderful thing you're doing. Also, I'd like to mention, and I'm going to segue back to Nobel's, on certain nights, you donate the proceeds of the restaurant
yes,
above your cost to these charities.
That's right. We've started a couple of different programs recently. The one you're mentioning is the Community Partner Program. And what it is, instead of lots of groups will come by and can you donate or can you sponsor us, and we decided we wanted to be very consistent across all the different groups. So you can sign up to be a community partner, and for Mondays, Tuesdays, or Wednesday nights, we'll work with you and assign a night between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Anybody that comes in and mentions your organization, Nobel's will donate 15% of that group's ticket to the organization. So the people don't necessarily get a discount, but they're paying normal price, and then Nobel's is donating to the organization.
And if you've got a big following, or you can get people to come by, that could
Exactly.
turn into
If you advertise it, there's no real effort for you. It's just something that we can do and be able to donate. And you can do it once a month. You can do it every week. It's kind of up to you of how frequently you'd want to do it. But the thing is, it's restricted to certain hours after our busy times. And then also, the more people you can get out to mention your organization, the more money we'll donate to you.
Okay, well, if you have time and you're looking for a place to eat, Nobel's is the place to go. And if you're looking for a gift, the candy bar is the place to go. So, Melissa, unless we've missed something.
Well, I would, if I don't mind.
Okay.
I could like to mention a couple more programs that we just started.
Sure.
The first one is if there's any seniors out there, and in our case, we're defining senior as being age 60 and above, and that's because my husband turned 60 this year.
I just missed that.
You can come in and ask for the senior discount. You get 10% off your meal and your drink. And then we also have the HERO program that we've started. And we wanted to recognize any teachers, nurses, first responders, fire, police. You come in and you mention that you're associated with one of those groups, and you, as well, you get 10% off your meal and your beverage.
That is a wonderful thing for the community, and thank you on behalf of all of us seniors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, Melissa, if that's it,
That's it.
thank you. I want to say thank you for allowing us to come to your restaurant and do the taping today. And very gracious of you.
Our pleasure.
And since the pizza was so good, maybe we can come back again.
We'll look forward to it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Folks, we're here at Nobel's, and it is a wonderful restaurant here on Main Street in Carthage. And we have a guest that's come in. Paul, introduce yourself. Tell them who you're with.
My name is Paul Oswald. I own Morrow Pro Vending. We do snacks, drinks, sales, service, coffee within the Smith County area. We do schools, businesses, any kind of vending machines that you need, any kind of drinks, coffee, snacks like that. We're available, and we're expanding. It's formerly Gregory's Vending. We bought Gregory out. He retired. So we're taking what he made, and we're building upon that.
Okay. Well, now, I know you'll service any business or any factory or anything around here. And we wanted to get the word out because to the general public, I think it's good for them to know that when they put money in one of these vending machines, it's going to a local company, local people that live here in Smith County. And I think
Correct.
that's great.
Correct. Yeah, we're local. Service, sales. That's one of the things before. A lot of these out-of-star, 5-star vendings, they're from Nashville, and they don't have that local connection. They don't have that personal ability, the stocking. I've heard a lot of issues. They're happy with us because they call, we come and we service. There's a problem. They need something done. There's no issues, and we make it. We don't do contracts. We're not going to hold anybody to something. You either like our service or you don't, and that's the home count way that I believe. You either like me or you don't, and that way we're not holding you in. I'm not holding myself in.
Okay. Well, now, if a person has a business out here and they decide they want a vending machine, they call you. Do you provide the vending machine, or do they get that themselves? How does that work?
Yes, I provide everything. I'll sit with them. They contact me. I'll sit with them and find out, do they like Pepsi? Do they like Coke? What kind of snacks are they looking at? Are they looking for coffee? And then I provide the machines. We stock the machines. We service the machines. There's no cost to the company or the manufacturer or the business that wants us. We take care of everything from A to Z.
Okay. Now, the general public, I know at the Chamber we buy coffee from you, and of course we don't have a vending situation, so you could actually service people if they wanted items like that, right?
Yes, I do banks, Citizens Bank. We do the high school. There's some other businesses that we have that just want coffee, and we provide that service. The Carthage Fire Department, things like that. So there's many options we have to help you. If you don't want a vending machine, we can service you with other ways.
Okay, well now at the Chamber we've got a Bunn coffee maker, which really works well for us, and you could probably hook them up with something like that if they wanted to buy it, right?
Yes, I have coffee makers that I can loan to them if they want it, and provide the coffee into it. We have several of those in our warehouse, so we're stocked pretty much to handle anything from coffee cups to creamers, sugar. We provide everything from A to Z that you would need for your coffee supply.
Okay. Well, now, if you're sitting out there and you've got a business, or maybe you know someone that could use a vending machine in a church, meeting area or something like that, where they have a kitchen, you'd be able to service that as well.
Yes.
So, Paul, let's give them.
Here's our card if
information.
if they want to put it on.
Okay.
And that they can get in touch with me either way. Office number or my cell phone's on there too.
Okay. Well, what is that? One of the numbers. What's the office number?
Office number 615-774-3320, and my cell is 615-281-0386.
Okay, and that's
Morrow Pro.
Morrow Pro Vending.
Yes, sir.
All right, Paul. Thanks for coming
Thank you,
by.
sir. Appreciate it.
Hey, we're here at Nobel's, a new restaurant. Well, I guess it's not new. It's been open a little while. And we have Miss Stephanie here. Stephanie, if you would, introduce yourself. Tell them who you're with.
Sure. So my name is Stephanie McCaleb, and I'm the owner of Stephanie McCaleb Interiors here in Carthage, Tennessee.
Okay, and you have kind of a unique business for Carthage. You have stuff in your store for sale, right?
Yes, we do. So my business is actually made up of two different parts. We have the interior design side of the business as well as the retail side. So they work hand in hand, but we do have things in our shop that are for sale for anybody. You can come in. We've got a great selection of furniture, home decor, some great gift items, artwork, different textiles, rugs, beddings, a little bit of everything home.
But the one thing that you really can help people with is if they want to design for either a room or you could do a whole house, right?
Yes, absolutely. So with our design services, we really try to tailor those to whatever the client needs, anything from a single room, just help refresh or furnishings, things like that, all the way to full-scale renovation and new construction projects. We can help with all of the design processes through both of those as well.
Okay, you've done a lot of jobs without giving a name or a location. You know, what's the most interesting job that you have done so far here in the county? Or that may be a hard one to come up with.
That's a hard one, which I will say we mostly do residential work, but we have helped on a couple of commercial projects here in Smith County. That's always a lot of fun to be able to participate in something like that the community is going to get to enjoy, not just necessarily one particular family, but we love all of our clients regardless. But that's a good question. That stumped me a little.
Okay, well, that brings up another question for me. You mentioned commercial, so if I have a business and I don't really know what decor I want to go, I can call you and you can come in and help me decide that and set that up. Is that
Absolutely, we sure can.
right? Okay, and does it matter what business, office, retail, do you care?
Nope, not necessarily. Again, we try to tailor our design services to whatever the client needs. So we like to sit down, learn a little bit about your project and what exactly you're needing help with, and come up with creative solutions to whatever problems you've got.
Okay, and of course you're open. What's your hours?
Yes, so the shop is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m., as well as on Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Okay, and if they wanted to contact you, say email or phone, whatever the best, give them that.
Yeah, so the best way to get in touch with us is actually going to be through social media. If you will send us a DM on either our Facebook or Instagram pages. We also have a website, StephanieMcCalebInteriors.com, that has all of our contact info as well, email address, phone number, everything you could need there, as well as the shop address if you're looking to find us.
Okay, and of course that generated another question. Online, do you do online sales as well?
We currently do not do online sales. We've had a lot of people ask us that over the years, so it's something that we'd love to get to at some point, just not quite there yet.
Okay, but you do have a website and they can look and see what you have available.
Absolutely, yes. The website is mostly portfolio based for our design clients to be able to hop on and take a look at projects that we've completed. And then we do have some of our social media and retail side linked to that, so you can kind of take a look at maybe what we just got in at the shop, just not fully e-commerce yet.
Okay, well give that phone number one last time.
Yeah, so our phone number is 615-478-4564.
Stephanie, thanks for coming by.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Bill.
Okay, still at Nobel's, wonderful place. I don't know if you've been here before, Kayla, but it's a wonderful restaurant. Anyway, you came by to tell us some stuff about the Drug Prevention Coalition, so introduce yourself and go ahead and tell them what's going on.
Thank you. I'm Kayla Franklin. I'm a prevention coordinator at the Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition. We're going to start having our coalition meetings every third Wednesday every 3 months, so once a quarter. Our next one will be on April 17th at 11:30 at the chamber. That one we're going to have a training about drug endangered children, so that's going to be really good. Please come and join us, and there's going to be lunch provided.
Okay, and if you don't know anything about the Drug Prevention Coalition, you're basically in the schools educating, and you're also in some of the other groups that are around the county, like the SPOT and some of the other groups that try to help children get educated about it. And your message is basically drugs is not a good idea,
Well,
and basically that. But anything else you want to say about that part of what the Drug Prevention Coalition stands for and what your mission is?
Well, for me personally, I feel like just to encourage people that they don't have to use substances and give them the resources and the tools to know how to be the best them that they can be, and to realize that they don't have to use drugs or alcohol to change the way that they feel, or to try to change a circumstance. That we have our own natural highs, and that's one of the things that we teach.
Absolutely. I'd rather be high on life than high on drugs, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Well, one program that, and I don't know that you're involved with it that much, but I know at home, sometimes I wind up with pills a doctor will prescribe me this medicine, and then I finish, and I've still got some left over. So I've been putting them in a Ziploc bag, and then I bring them to one of the drop points. I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so we have drop box locations at Smith County Sheriff's Department, Carthage City Hall, and Gordonsville City Hall. You can bring anything. They like for you not to bring liquid medications, but you can bring narcotics, you can bring expired Tylenol, anything to these drop box locations, and no questions asked. It's just kind of like a mailbox. You just open it and put your medicine in and go on about your way.
Okay, and they dispose of it in a non-hazardous, safe way then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you got any questions about any of this, you can call and talk to Kayla, and there's a couple other people down there too.
Yeah, you could
Tammy
talk to Tammy London or Emily Longview.
Okay.
And our phone number is 615-588-1622.
Okay. Well, Kayla, thank you for coming by.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you with our March show. Until then, go out in Smith County and shop and enjoy life.